No, so probably should we say we wish Nigeria Buhari? Well, I wouldn't know. Or should we say wish Nigeria Tinubu? Well, I wouldn't know. But all I'll just tell you guys to just be focused. No matter the challenges coming left and right, we should just be focused. Yes, we'll air our views, our own opinions. Yes, we'll air it just like the same way some people will air their own now because we now have a new Super Eagles coach. Come on, guys, let's do what we know how to do best in the next 15 minutes. It is time to talk sports. Okay, for those who love sports, well, it is now your turn, to make your contributions on the show. Just keep it on the lighter note as we react to the breaking news that came out yesterday where Finidi Joju, let me sound like an Igbo man, has now been appointed as the new head coach of the Super Eagles. Well, we'll have to look at the term of his contract. We don't know how how far the contract will go. But it brought about a mix of feelings, reactions across border in Nigeria. Yes, Finidi George, yes, the new Super Eagles coach. And we said it here on the show categorically and repeatedly. Yes, I personally said something about it, and I told you guys that this one, my own opinion, is nobody's opinion. I saw the handwriting on the wall. Now, what are these things that I actually saw? One, the waste of time. Why was the NFF taking their time to appoint a coach? Meanwhile, the head of the technical department of the NFF, in the person of Austin Serenzo Eguavoin, well, is not in the country. Yes, as of 2 weeks ago, he went for a program in Germany. Well, they can do anything remotely. You know how the world is now. Technology can do anything remotely. They can send in documents, they can return it back, they can do Zoom, they can do anything, Google Meet and so on like that, just to discuss the appointment of the Super Eagles coach. Now, we talked about the delay. That is one. Secondly, we look at somebody that has already been at the corridors of the NFF. Yes, that was one of also another criteria pointing towards Finidi George. He has been at the corridors of the NFF since the appointment of Jose Presidio. Now, also another talking point pointing towards the direction of Finidi George was Amaju Melvin Pinnick, who happens to be the former NFF boss. Yes, in an interview he granted to a correspondent with Arise News, he actually said in his own opinion, yes, I picked that word, in his own opinion, that he will prefer Finidi George, because Finidi George will bring about development in Nigerian football. I said, and we all know that the present NFF board took over the reins of power from the Amaju Pinnick led board. And remember that Amaju Pinnick is also still serving with CAF and FIFA. So these are just one or two of the pocket points that we picked around, all pointing towards one man, Finidi George. And when it came out yesterday, I said to myself, I know this surprise at all. So we'll be looking at that this morning. Hopefully we'll join our in-house analyst, Demola. Let's hear what he has to say concerning Finidi George. As I'll put a call across to him this morning. I hope you are still in Abuja, because I know any moment from now you want to jack back to Ibadan. Yes, you're jack back now to Ibadan, not to anywhere. I know you're still in Abuja. Yes, it is Match Day Live, the UEFA Champions League. Bayern Munich up against Real Madrid. Yes, I also will looking at that, and we'll look at the result yesterday between Barcelona and Valencia. Yes, one man getting a hat-trick. Barcelona coming from behind to beat Valencia. Yes, at the Nou Camp. So these are more we'll be looking at this morning. The Tuesday edition of Sport on Eagles Wings, the very last for the month of April. Yes, as we tend to climax the month of April.
We had to call a quick timeout to catch our breath. Whew. Now, back to sports. It's Eagles 102.3.
Trinich from no kind of range just put it over the bar.
Golf. Football. Basketball. Lawn tennis. Cricket. volleyball. Athletics. It's the mother of all sports show. It's sports on Eagles Wings with Vicky weekdays from 8 a.m. with the real sport. Sports on Eagles Wings. Sportstainment at its finest. We had to call a quick timeout to catch our breath. Whew. Now, back to sports. It's Eagles 102.3.
Drinic from no kind of range just put it over the bar.
Okay, glad to know you're still there. If you're just tuning in, this is Sport on Eagles Wings. 9 minutes already gone past the hour of 8 a.m. And we have our in-house analyst, Demola, joining us on the show this morning. As still remain the Sport Minister on radio, undisputed, and behind the MIC this lovely morning. Demola, thanks for hooking up with us this morning, and thanks for your time also this morning on the show.
Good morning, Sports Minister. Good morning, our esteemed listeners. It's nice to be back on the beat.
Yes, it's nice to really be back and to talk about issues that we always want to talk about. Finally, a coach has been appointed, and no other person but Finidi George.
Yes, finally, like you rightly said. Every Nigerian has been expectant of this announcement, and there has been insinuations here and there, suggestions here and there, that it should be a foreign coach, it should be a local coach. Many people supported local coach, and thank God we've been given the local coach. And what we are praying for now is for the success of the local coach. And I hope Nigerian football lovers, those who supported Finidi before his appointment, those who didn't support him before his appointment, will come together to wish him well and pray for the success of the nation. It's not the success of Finidi as a person, it's the success of the nation, because football is the only instrument, the only thing that unites Nigerians now. And once you do well in football, Nigerians are ready to go to anywhere to enjoy themselves.
Okay, now let's look at do you have any reason or reasons why they had to settle for Finidi George? Because I've seen a lot of probably reports online, a lot of people reacting to this appointment. Is there any specific reason why Finidi George was appointed, or probably why the NFL settled for Finidi George?
Well, there are two frontliners in the race for the job.
Okay.
Finidi George and Emmanuel Amaniko. And if we consider them side by side, both are good coaches. Emmanuel Amaniko have experience internationally in some African teams. And Finidi George has been with the Super Eagles for long. He was a former player like Emmanuel Amaniko, and also an assistant to the immediate past coach, Jose Pacero. And currently the coach of Eyimba Football Club. He has been in the local league for so long, and also he knows most of these boys playing for Nigeria while he was assistant coach to Coach Pacero. So I think that gave him an edge, because in considering a coach for a team, there are many factors you have to take into consideration. The real instrument that the coach will use are the players, and you need to carry them along. I won't be surprised if later we hear that the players have input into the appointment of Finidi George, because he has been with them. He knows them inside out. The players knows him, and there has been a sort of rapport between them. So I was not surprised. I think that gave him the edge over Emmanuel Amaniko, because he has been in the system than Emmanuel Amaniko.
Okay, now you made mention of him being with Eyimba. Yes, we all know that he's with Eyimba, the head coach. Don't you think that this will be a distraction? Because I'm trying to see it from the positive side, that okay, probably it's time for him to be bringing up new players to local players to the Super Eagles team. Apart from scouting out, he can also scout inward. But don't you think this will be a distraction to him?
having been appointed as the coach of the Super Eagles, he will definitely give up the Yimba's coaching job, and he will be fully involved. He needs full concentration to handle the Super Eagles team. And to me, this is not the right time to be scouting for players, because we are very close to qualifying, African qualifying and World Cup qualifying. So we need our existing players and injection of very few foreign and local players that are currently playing well. Just few injections, because we already have a team. A total overhauling of the team will not be possible at this point in time. So for me, his job at Yimba will not be a distraction, because he must give that one up immediately to take up this job, because this job is very heavy. It's an heavy job for him, and he has to muster enough courage to ensure that he succeeds, because anything besides that, Nigerians will never forgive him. So that's why I'm always praying that he succeeds, and I wish every Nigerians they should just forget about their sentiments. Let us give him the support. And then someone who has been in the local league, he will be able also to get some good local players. I think within him now, he knows Nigerian league inside out. So it won't be a situation where he'll be moving from one venue to another. Yes. Hello? To be scouting for players. So he has his players with him, and he knows the players he wants to inject into the team. So let us give him the benefit of the doubt. He's the choice of the NFF. To me, it's my own choice as well. Others whose choice has not been taken, they should just wait. Let us see what comes out of Finidi.
Actually, you took that off my mouth. I wanted asking you if Finidi George was your choice, but I think you took that out of my mouth already. Well, let's see how we pan out. Hopefully, if there are more questions, because for now, I'm trying to see reactions. I have a lot of reactions on social media, including Victor Ekpeba also reacting. Victor Ekpeba said that NFL had to settle for Finidi George due to financial constraint. Also, other reactions coming up. Adekpoju reacts to Finidi George's appointment. A lot of people actually reacting just like the same way you have reacted. But before I let you go, let's look at the UEFA Champions League this evening. Do you think Bayern can stop Real Madrid, or probably how would the results go this evening? Bayern and Real Madrid, first leg, semi-finals, UEFA Champions League.
On current form, I give it to Real Madrid. For a team of Real Madrid caliber to edge out the almighty Manchester City in the quarterfinal, anything that is coming their way, we find it very, very difficult. On 60-40 level, I'm giving it to Real Madrid to carry the day.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm Demola on your choice of the Super Eagles and also making your selection who pick up today. Truly appreciate you for your time this morning.
Thank you, my brother. Hope to be back.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah. Okay, you've heard from Demola, that's our in-house analyst, tend to react to the appointment of Super Eagles head coach in the person of Finidi George. Now, you definitely react to this. Yes, you will react to this. Even on our sport, on the WhatsApp group of our sports group, people are already reacting to it. Someone actually said, okay, it is the time for local coach to be appointed, and I asked that question, even if I'm yet to get a response from him. I said, okay, if it's a time for local coach, what happened to the time that late Stephen Keshi was appointed? What happened to the time where Samson Siasia, in as much as he was not really stay with the Super Eagles, was also appointed? What happened to Sunday Olise when he was appointed? So a lot of people will be coming up with a lot of permutations and reactions, but it is what it is. We just have to give our support, but you shouldn't have waited this long. That's the big deal. If you know you want to give it to Finidi George, why calling out for proposals? I remember last week a report came out and said federal government will not pay. Yes, federal government will not pay the new head coach of the Super Eagles. And now here is what's his name again? Victor Ekpeba, a former African Footballer of the Year, also reacting to that. We'll definitely bring up all the reactions. Okay, let's see how we can start up this reaction before we look at the profile of Finidi George. We already know his profile, but just to just to bring it out, we just have to do this. Let's tell you that yes, I said I was going to talk about not Finidi George this time. Victor Ekpeba. Yes, he has come out to say NFF settled for Finidi due to financial constraint. Now, the former Nigerian international Victor Ekpeba has finally disclosed why the NFF settled for Finidi George as head coach of the Super Eagles. Now, recall on Monday that Finidi was announced as the next coach to take over from Joseph Presidio after leading the team to the final of the 2023 African Cup of Nations, where the team finished in second position. However, speaking on Monday Night Football on SuperSport, Ekpeba, who was among the technical committee that recommended Finidi, stated that the NFF settled for him because of financial constraint. Okay, that's also one of it then. And we also have another one again, Adekpoju. Yes, let's see how it is. This we're talking about former Nigerian international Mutu Adekpoju has congratulated Finidi George following his appointment as the Super Eagles head coach. Now, Adekpoju sent his congratulatory message via his Facebook account. Congratulations to Finidi George for getting the final nod as Nigeria Super Eagles head coach, Adekpoju wrote. Yes, the same way other reactions coming in. NFF owe me dead coaches. We also have to react to this because Finidi George, Victor Ekpeba has come out to say, okay, financial constraint due to was the reason why Finidi George was appointed as head coach. That's to tell you that are they saying that is he saying that the NFF does not have money? Are they broke? That's also another thing. What happens to all the sponsorship deals? Will they still run back to the federal government? Also, looking at monies being owed coaches, remember that what's his name again? Joseph Presidio, they had to slash his salary for him to accept what he was getting before he went to the Nations Cup. Yes, they had to slash his salary. Now, one man has also come out to speak on salaries, and it has to do with former Super Eagles coach and former Super Eagles player. He lifted a trophy for Nigeria back in 1980, and it's not that person but Christian Chukwu. Now has once again called out the Nigerian Football Federation over his unpaid salaries 19 years after he vacated his role as the team's head coach. 19 years after he vacated the head coach of Super Eagles. Now, Chukwu made this assertion during an interview with Athletic Nigeria on Monday, where he talked on raging issues of poor treatment of indigenous coaches by the country's football governing body. Now, the 73-year-old head coach of the country's men's senior national team between 2002 and 2005 led Nigeria to a bronze medal finish at the 2004 African Nations Cup in Tunisia, and before he was relieved of his job in 2005. During the qualification campaign for the 2026 World Cup in Germany, where we did not qualify. Rather, Angola went to the World Cup. In 2014, 9 years after he quit the Super Eagles job, the chairman, as he is fondly called, lamented how he was still being owed by the federations. Again, Chukwu expressed displeasure at the NFF after failing to pay him his outstanding salaries, adding that several other late coaches, yes, I take that word again, several other late coaches were also being owed. Now, according to Chukwu, he said, and I quote, they owe Nigerian coaches. They don't owe foreign coaches. It is a problem because they know them. You take on indigenous coaches who takes a cheap salary and you owe him, Chukwu said. Is it proper? Are you encouraging him to do his job? I am still owed up to today, and this still and they still owe me till tomorrow. My files are there with the NFF. What can I do? There is nothing I can do to get them to pay me. The file is there. Go to their office and you will see how much they owe me. Not only me, but other indigenous coaches are being owed too. Some are late. Okay, that's also Christian Chukwu. In 2019, Christian Chukwu was captain and the national team to the first ever African Cup of Nations title on home soil. That was in 1980. Suffered a prostate cancer. That was in 2019, which affected his leg. The family opened a GoFundMe appeal to solicit funds for the Nigerian football legend medical treatment before billionaire businessman Femi Otedola donated 18 million to cover his treatment abroad. Now, aside him captaining the team in 1980, he also led Enugu Rangers to win the African Cup Winners' Cup. That was in 1977. Chukwu also served as assistant coach of the first team to win a FIFA World Cup trophy for Nigeria. That is the Golden Eaglet that triumphed at the FIFA Under-17 World Cup in China, 1985. Okay, it is what it is. Now, if you try to put the report I just read out now with Christian Chukwu from that interview, and you put together what Victor Ekpeba has come out to say, because it's part of the technical committee of the NFF, what he has come out to say, these are the reasons why what's his name, Finidi George was given that appointment. Now, Finidi George will settle in. The big question is, will he come out one day and lament about unpaid wages? Well, if Christian Chukwu can be lamenting since 2002, 2005, that's like over 19 years ago, I don't think this is really fair. According to him, he said the files are with the NFF. Come on, guys. It's a discussion we really want to look at this morning. Yes, we've talked about this times without number, and we are saying that we are going to still look at it, and let's see how this will pan out. Okay, let's go for this quick break, and when I return, we'll definitely go straight to the phone lines. I will take your reactions. Yes, many of us have been crying. I remember Harry Mania. I remember Honorable John. I remember some other people who were reacting to the NFF appointing new coach, and now we now have a new coach. Ikpeba says due to financial constraint. Well, I was trying to look if there is a contract attached to this, and let's see how it pans out. But all I can tell you categorically, Finidi George is now the new head coach of the Super Eagles.
We had to call a quick timeout to catch our breath. Whew. Now, back to sports. It's Eagles 102.3.
Drinic from no kind of range just put it over the bar.
For so long, you've been silenced. We have just found your voice. Take it. Use it.
You assess Nigerians before we become politicians or before you become a member of any political party. The kind of things that happen in Nigeria, it's so obnoxious that if God looks down from heaven, you realize that we are really paying for our sins.
Speak your truth and be heard on the Eagles Morning Rise, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. Eagles 102.3 FM, your radio experience you can count on.
We had to call a quick timeout to catch our breath. Whew. Now, back to sports. It's Eagles 102.3.
Drinic from no kind of range just put it over the bar.
Okay, glad to know you're still there, and if you're just tuning in, this is Sport on Eagles Wings. Before we go straight into the discourse this morning, let's give you the result of games played yesterday, Monday night football. It was a massive return for probably comeback for Real Madrid. Okay, they were playing this evening. Talking about Barcelona and Valencia. Yes, they took the lead 2-1. In the first half of that particular encounter, that is talking about Valencia after Lopez opened scoring for Barcelona just in the 22nd minute, and 5 minutes later Duro equalizer and Pepelu took the lead for Valencia on the 38th minute via the penalty spot, and 4 minutes in the first half, additional minutes in the first half, a red card was shown to the Valencia player. But on the return in the second half, it was all Robert Lewandowski getting a hat-trick, his first in the 49th minute, his second in the 82nd minute, and wrapping it up 3 minutes in additional time. And also the other Monday night football, Genoa were 3-0 better than Cagliari. And in the Nigerian Premier Football League, we were expecting Rivers United to take the lead in that particular one, but they lost. Yes, they lost to Bayelsa United on the road. Well, I guess actually it was 1-0, but the game was interrupted. Yes, it was interrupted, and as we speak, the game is on. 36 minutes already played, and Bayelsa United leading 1-0. It is still just looking at the game yesterday, the outstanding game for Rivers United against Bayelsa United. We'll keep tab with that particular one, and I'll bring you the result coming all the way from Bayelsa. The game going down live. And it is match day live. Yes, the UEFA Champions League round of 4. That's talking about the semi-finals. Yes, the semi-finals will kick-start this evening. It's going to be a massive one this evening. Bayern Munich up against Real Madrid. Hopefully, we'll also be taking your reactions as one of our talking points this today. That's been Tuesday, 30th of April, 2024. We look at that particular one, the UEFA Champions League. Bayern Munich up against Real Madrid, who edged out the defending champions Manchester City. Okay, like I said, let's look at the discourse this morning. Let's have your say. 09073530044 or 09087668888. Are you okay with Finidi George? Or should we just throw the line off Demola that says that, okay, since our own candidate was not chosen, let's just support him? And we pray, yes, that's the only thing we can do. Support him because we cannot force the NFF or probably twist them to do what they don't want to do. But let's take your reactions. Hello to you, good morning.
Good
morning to you, Dan Ambassador. How you doing this morning?
Good morning, sir.
Good morning to you, bro.
Concerning the appointment of Finidi George. Well, most of the fans are not happy over the issue, the way they take this last Finidi George to be a coach of the Super Eagles.
Why are you not happy?
Before they have Finidi George as a Super Eagles, at least that means that they have to carry another to replace him, maybe to hold Super Eagles as another. Why another question about the Super Eagles supposed to handle one side and carry one side? Before they appoint him, they're supposed to carry another one as a Iniba coach, which is not supposed to be given to one person. And again, all this big October and Motivated coach, where they're talking about the issue of money paying salary to a coach. At least, no matter if you order Africa, where the new able reach Nigeria, they are make sure that foreign coach to pay their coach, they have money to pay. Once they concern Nigeria, concern the money, they need the money to pay the coach. What does that one mean? Even all this, our men that are in the sports ministry, some of them have enough money to able pay the coach. Talking of NFL, they have enough to pay the coach. This is not the new coach at all. And for time I think taka football, the home of Rondo, Barcelona yesterday, for the addition to Lewandowski, the man of the match yesterday, I'm very happy over 8. My regard to Eric Miller, Honorable John, Samson, Mohamed Abdullahi, Dr. Dele, Sekembe, Steel Connection, and Iti Biscuit, and Lord Micah of the
Okay, thank you very much. I truly appreciate your call this morning. Dan Ambassador, hello to you. Good morning.
Hello, Vicky. Good morning.
Morning to you.
Yeah. How's work and the family?
Work family is good.
Yeah. This is Abakar Mani.
Okay, Abakar Mani, how you doing this morning?
I'm fine.
Okay.
Yes,
Yes,
this number. I don't think you know they use this number again. No. But I've been trying. But
probably it's network. The number is in use.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So my regards to all the listeners out there.
Okay, they're hearing you.
Okay. So talking about the NFL appointing to me just as our national team coach, I think it's a good one for me because I think initially I wanted him to come as assistant coach. I wanted Emmanuel Amunike, but I think their decision is the best. So I just hope and pray that this decision they make stable our national team. I think that's what I have to say regarding that. I don't know who should be the next. The vice coach, the assistant coach.
I think he will make that appointment himself.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's going to be best. I think they make the right decision. And talking about the Champions League tonight, Madrid and Bayern Munich, let the best team win. But I think Madrid is going to take the day.
Okay. Thank you very much, Abakar Manio. Let's give it to Madrid in his words. Hello to you. Good morning.
Good morning. This is Vick this weekend.
Good morning to you, Honorable John.
I greet you, special.
I greet you too, my brother.
I don't know whether I will call you a prophet or whatever. What do you want me to call you?
I wouldn't want to say I'm a prophet, John, but the signs were just too obvious. That's the truth. The signs were too obvious.
Let me drop it. You are back too much a title because you are a minister.
No, John, to be honest, the signs were just too much. It was very obvious.
Vicky,
Yeah.
I greet the callers and listeners of this great radio station.
Yeah.
Including Dan Ambassador. Congratulations to Barcelona, the Catalan Giants, for winning their match yesterday. Now, back to the topic of the day. I listen to Demola. I respect his opinion, but I don't agree with that opinion. You see, you know why? You see, when I read some articles of this employment yesterday, the reason why NFF are giving us why they employ Lady Judge, how he passed ball and Vicky scored the goal in 1994 World Cup in USA, how he has played for what is it? There's a club in Amsterdam, in Holland. You see, the one that won Champions League that time during the how he has passed, make a telepass in this, and how is it a profile that will get you a job? And they never talk about his experience in the coaching job, what he has done in the coaching job career. I never heard about it. I was reading that thing, and it's me and my friends. They're supposed to give us this is where and where he has coached and get. Remember that this Super Eagles is the highest coaching job in the land one can vie for. And he needed the experience and the exposure. Let us face it and be frank with ourselves. You see, when you go and employ somebody, they say is better where do we go from here? He played too much so far. He lost one and won one in a friendly match. And it is all that enough qualification. Well, I agree with each other that it's because of money that made them look at the ways of the judge. But I don't agree that that's the quality coach we needed. When you have, we have two of them side by side. I still speak that Emmanuel Amunike is more experienced, more exposed in international football than him. But they are looking for whom they will just give this peanuts to continue the job. But they are playing with emotion. But how I know that come in the next World Cup, I must watch whether they will qualify or they will not qualify. Because that kind of caliber of the coach is not what you take into international competition. That I raise my case. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Honorable John. Hello to you. Good morning.
Good morning, Vicky.
Yes, morning to you. Your name and where are you calling from?
Jay Kano calling right now from Lubu.
Okay, let's go there, Jay Kano.
Yeah, and for the appointment for the coach, we absolutely have that one. But I personally, I didn't like the job. I wanted let them appoint Emmanuel Amunike. So for the appointment, I don't even put my hand for that one with it. Congratulations to him. And for the Champions League today, I wish Bayern Munich successfully Champions League. Let them beat Madrid so that Madrid come up for the Champions League. And so I want to say congratulations to the judge for the last one. Well done, Vicky. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much,
Ambassador Heritage Mania, Dr. Dele, something, and
morning.
E-Connection.
Okay. Hello to you. Good morning.